In a world that won't shut up, your greatest power isn't your voice, it's your absence. We've been linked to. We've been told that to be relevant, you have to be seen. To be successful, you have to be heard. To be loved, you have to be available. So we post the highlights, we join the group chats, and we explain our dreams to people who haven't even mastered their own lives. But look at your hands. Are they building something, or are they just holding a device waiting for a like to tell you you're doing okay?
Stoicism teaches us that your energy is a finite resource. Every time you explain yourself, you leak power. Every time you seek validation, you hand over the keys to your kingdom. Today, we're going to talk about the private fortress. I'm going to show you why disappearing is the most aggressive move you can make for your future. If you've felt drained, overlooked, or stuck, this is the reset you didn't know you needed.
Think about the last time you had a big idea. Maybe a business, a fitness goal, or a new habit. What was the first thing you did? You told someone. You wanted that hit of dopamine, that good for you from a friend. But here's the Stoic truth. The praise you get for talking about a goal is a loan you can't afford to pay back. When you announce your plans, your brain tricks itself into feeling the satisfaction of the achievement without doing any of the work. You've let the steam out of the engine before the train even moved. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Discard your misperceptions. Stop being jerked around like a puppet by your impulses." When you are everywhere, constantly posting, constantly replying, constantly available, you are a puppet. You are reacting to the world instead of acting upon it. Absence is the act of cutting those strings. By staying low-key, you create a vacuum, and in that vacuum, focus grows. While everyone else is busy looking like they're winning, the Stoic is busy actually winning in silence. Let me tell you about Elias. Elias was the guy who was always there, the yes man, the one who posted every workout, every meal, and every minor frustration on his story. He wanted to be a creator, but he spent more time talking about the grind than actually grinding. One Tuesday, Elias hits a wall. He realized his life was a performance for an audience that didn't actually care. So he did something radical. He didn't make a taking a break post. He didn't announce a digital detox. He just stopped. Let me tell you about Elias. The first week was agonizing. His thumb twitched to check his notifications. He felt invisible. He felt like he was falling behind. But in the second month, something changed. Because he wasn't explaining his workouts, he trained harder. Because he wasn't networking at empty social events, he finished his project in half the time. Elias learned the law of the private fortress. When no one knows what you're working on, they can't tell you it's a bad idea. They can't project their fears onto you. They can't distract you with their drama. 6 months later, Elias didn't return to his old life. He had built a new one. When people finally saw him again, they didn't ask, "Where have you been?" They asked, "How did you become this version of yourself?" The answer was simple. He stopped leaking his power to the world. So, how do you apply this? You don't need to move to a cave. You just need to build a fortress in the middle of the noise. First, the audit of information. Stop being a leaky bucket. Before you share a win or a plan, ask yourself, does this person need to know this, or do I just want them to like me? If the answer is validated, keep it to yourself. Let the results do the talking. Second, become intentionally inaccessible. If you respond to every text in 30 seconds, you are telling the world your time has no value. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Let them think you're slow. Let them think you're boring. Use that reclaimed time to build your empire. Third, the power of I don't know. In 2026, everyone has an opinion on everything. The Stoic has the courage to say, I haven't given it much thought. By staying out of the outrage of the week, you preserve your mental clarity for things that actually move the needle in your life.
The greatest fear we have is being forgotten. But for the Stoic, being forgotten is the ultimate freedom. When you realize that nobody is watching you as closely as you think, the pressure vanishes. You stop performing. You start living. Staying low-key isn't about being shy. It's about being strategic. It's about realizing that your growth happens in the shadows, not the spotlight. Plants don't grow by being stared at. They grow because they have deep roots in the dark earth.
Go dark for a while. Work on yourself so hard that you have to be reintroduced to people who thought they knew you. Don't tell them your plans. Show them your results. Remember, a lion doesn't need to roar to let the jungle know he's there. He just walks. If you're ready to enter your silent phase, comment "staying low-key" below. Let this be the last thing you watch before you go build something great.